Welcome, everybody. I hope y'all all good out there. Today, I am giving you an update regarding Cardi B's $4 million legal settlement, which she did win as a result of her defamation lawsuit. Okay, I'm the artist around here, and I'm the one that's going to fill you in for those of you who do not know about this case. I can assure you that this was not some little simple, shady remark, some kind of lightweight jokes or something like we had in the case of Will Smith and Chris Rock. This was some hardcore defamatory and potentially destructive commentary coming from the vlogger aimed at Cardi B. I'll fill you in on that after this update. But Tasha K, the blogger, has been posting salacious, insulting content about Cardi B for years before Cardi B ultimately drug her into court. The case was finally heard by a federal judge in a federal court in front of a jury, and they did rule in favor of Cardi B. Now, the latest development is that in addition to the vlogger Tasha K being ordered to pay just around $4 million, not pesos, Cardi B was again a winner in court. Cardi B requested that a judge impose a permanent injunction on Tasha K that would force the YouTube vlogger to pull the defamatory content from the internet. That's a lot of videos and different social media accounts. She got to scrub them. And this injunction would ban her from ever reposting them again. Permanent injunction. So Cardi B won that. So that's a second win for Cardi B. We probably need to keep a scoreboard up here. The courts ruled in favor of her over the vlogger Tasha K, who didn't want to voluntarily remove these defamatory videos that were aimed at Cardi and her husband, her family basically. And now she's banned from making these statements about Cardi B's sexual health and her personal life. I know that sounds crazy, but this is what was going on. I'm going to read some lines from a news outlet called The Independent. They're writing that on the 4th, a judge ordered Tasha Ks to remove 21 videos defaming the rapper from her social media platforms within the next 5 days. Okay, so she got to get moving, as well as her channel Unwind with Tasha K here on YouTube. I don't know how she let things get this out of control. She has about 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Now, during the original trial, a jury in Atlanta heard that Ks was making degrading, harassing statements about Cardi B from early 2018. At one point, falsely claiming that she worked as a prostitute. Okay, and let me add that these weren't simple comments. The vlogger filled with the videos with jokes, rough language, all kinds of just real wild, slanderous remarks. In various videos, Tasha K also alleged that the rapper had used hard drugs and had been unfaithful to her husband, Offset, and contracted STIs, and had performed graphic sexual acts on stage as a stripper. Okay, now this injunction is connected to the original charge that Cardi B won. This was filed in 2019, and Cardi B's lawyers told the court in January that Ks videos caused Cardi B so much embarrassment and humiliation and mental anguish, emotional distress, because Ks, the vlogger, was just basically launching a campaign at her. I would call it a hate campaign that was set to destroy her in front of her fans and the consuming public, is what they said. Ks is appealing that verdict, okay, in a court of appeals. And if that original decision is overturned, so will this injunction be. It's kind of hard for me to imagine that will happen. Now, this right here, let me just say this. This is picture of Tasha K's attorney. I think she had like 2 attorneys on the case. And this is a post that was written by Tasha K. Actually, right now, I'm not sure when it's from, but she was not happy with her representation. She kind of found them on some kind of like Netflix portal for attorneys, like a find a lawyer thing. But this is Olga, and she went on to represent Tasha K for this trial. Now, I don't expect the original decisions to be overruled. This is Cardi B's attorneys making their way out of court. Most of us know how that court case went and how the sum of $4 million was arrived at. But if you need the backstory, I'll link videos in the tab and the end screen. But I really don't think Tasha K expected Cardi B to make the time to show up in court the first time around. I think she just underestimated her. But Cardi B was not going to sit quietly while being defamed. And it was ruled that Tasha K had to pay millions. And so some weeks back, Tasha K came out with a video with another vlogger kind of doing like an interview. And she said that she was not going to be able to pay the money. She said, "I ain't got it." That's what she said. She said it kind of in a playful manner. But she's been putting it out there that she's not going to pay this money. Now, she also spoke to Claudia Jordan of TGIF Soul. You can see that here on YouTube as well. And Claudia said that she had a private conversation with Tasha K. And Tasha K revealed some things to her. And Tasha K, she wasn't going to share what Tasha K said to her in private, but she did share this one thing, and that was that Tasha K said, "Let's just wait and see." That Claudia should tell us to just wait and see what's going to happen. And that seems to have been Tasha's strategy this whole time. It's just wait and see. I don't know what we're supposed to wait and see. Now, this is Billboard. They picked up on this story while the trial was happening. I'm using images from them. But I don't know what Tasha K has in mind. Let me remind you that Cardi never wanted to go to trial. Back in 2018, she contacted Tasha K directly and asked her to take the videos down because they were untrue, and that the original video that she did interviewing Star Marie, this is a person that really didn't know Cardi B, and she was just making all this up. But Tasha K says she would not take the videos down, and that her lawyers told her to wipe her backside with the cease and desist demands. But this could have ended in 2018 when it would have only cost some thousands of dollars. But now we're talking about millions. So I don't know what we're supposed to be waiting to see. Is Tasha K willing to lose her YouTube channel? Is she wanting to see how expensive it can get when you launch a campaign against a well-connected pop star that has almost unlimited resources to assemble a very capable legal team? This woman had a team. I'm starting to think that Tasha might not be totally mentally fit, or is this some kind of pride? I don't think anybody's wishing anything bad for Tasha K, but it seems like Tasha K herself is willing to risk everything that she's worked for. And of course, this has to be disturbing the woman's home, her marriage. So are we supposed to be waiting to see her lose it all? I mean, what is her end game? Is she willing to risk her family, her husband, her home? I mean, or is she trying to demonstrate to us, like, boys and girls, you do not want to try this at home. Do not wipe your backside with serious court documents, because at the minimum, Tasha K has to pay for these attorney fees. And Cardi's are at least $1 million. Think about all these travel expenses. Attorneys bill these hours, every time they have a cup of coffee. They probably getting facials at the hotel, massages. That's got to be paid for. But if the original ruling is overturned, so will this injunction be. But I really think the outcome is going to be pretty much the same. I mean, if you heard any of these videos, the way she came up at this girl, Cardi B, it's just insane. And Tasha K's been telling us since 2020 to wait and see. And I thought that when Tasha K was going to trial, that she was going to have some big trick up her sleeve to turn this whole thing around. But that didn't happen. It just didn't happen. As a matter of fact, Tasha K's legal representation was mostly tripping over themselves. The judge told Tasha K's lawyers they needed to go back to the first year of law school. I think Tasha K should just cut her losses, clean it up, and stop coming at Cardi B. She played her hand. She came at Cardi B with her full weight, the full weight of her followers. And now it's come around full circle with Cardi B coming with the full weight of the court, the judge, the jury, all coming at Tasha K. And Cardi B didn't go down to the street level like Will Smith did with Chris Rock. Cardi B opted for these attorneys. Look at them, all happy they won. Tasha K just underestimated this woman. And those of us who followed this trial, we saw, or rather we heard, because cameras weren't allowed in the courtrooms, we saw how this all played out. We heard how it all played out. And Tasha K just has not seemed to have had enough of going rounds with Cardi B. And it's not like Tasha K, you can't order somebody to like someone. Tasha is allowed to criticize and dislike and do commentary, but Tasha K just really crossed the line so many times. It was just really insane to see this playing out. Of course, I did see a lot of that content, and I don't need to see it again. It is really horrible to hear. Tasha, she was just hard-headed. I know people had to tell her stop, because if she was my sister, I would have told her to stop. It seemed though that Tasha K thought she had a license to verbally bludgeon this girl and use the full weight of her channel to do it. It started off looking like a minor spat at first, just like a chick thing. And kind of silly, but it has truly snowballed into a federal case. That's going to cost her $4 million. It's going to cost her something, even if she's saying that she can't pay it. So I'm saying, wait and see what, Tasha. We waited and we saw it, and now what? You're surely not going to wipe your backside with these new court documents. And I got to tell you, I don't think that wiping your backside with legal documents is the best thing to do down there in Georgia. I recommend the softness of Charmin. But hey, maybe people like getting down like this these days. Myself, I would not find this exciting. Why? Tasha couldn't stop these rants. It's like she locked on to Cardi B like a guided missile and just stuck on her. And I mean, Star Marie was there cheering Tasha K on at the beginning, but she's been exposed as a fraud, this Star Marie. And Tasha K is a grown woman with kids, married. She got a teenager. I thought at first, did they have a personal connection that went wrong? Come to find out, Tasha K just made like a hobby out of coming after Cardi B like a bully with these personal attacks. It's so hateful and negative. I mean, Cardi had to show medical records and prove that she was not afflicted with one of these STIs. It just got too personal. And I know that we're all biased, but it just got too personal. It sounds like some high school stuff, the kind of stuff that you grow out of because you learn better, that you just can't violate people, even verbally. It crosses the line. You know better, and as an adult, with people with things to lose, you definitely do not want this kind of smoke. But I don't know. Maybe this is what Tasha feels her commentary is about, smoke. But inevitably, this thing starts to encroach on your personal life, your family life, and you have a daughter to think about. I think her people need to rally around her. If she's saying that she don't have this 4 million, then it's like, enough, woman. You can't put your money where your mouth is. Take the videos down. Stop. What's it about? I would have taken them down immediately. It just sounds like hate. And one thing we do know, Cardi B has no use for Tasha K. She doesn't play no role in her life. And normally, if Tasha K is hating Cardi like that, she should just want no memory of the woman. She shouldn't want her in her head. Why do you love hating this woman? So just remove the videos. Get Cardi out of your life, and just turn her loose if you can. Or do you feel Tasha K that you need that content? Maybe it's some kind of financial enrichment for her. I don't know what's going on, but I think, hey, we're seeing someone. It's not funny. That was just like a nervous kind of laugh because I'm wrapping it up. I do thank you all for joining me. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you think down in the comments. This story is just too huge to talk about the whole thing all at once. It's just too much. I just really wanted to tell you about the update. Thank you so much. See you the next time. Peace.